Hello, my name is Tim Austin and I'm a garden designer based in County Wicklow. In this video I want to take you on a journey with me as I go to Bloom in the Park to build another large show garden. This year's garden is called Giardino della mostra, which is Italian for the garden of exhibits or exhibition garden. Today I'm in Gardenworld nurseries in Kilquade in County Wicklow and I'm going through my final selection of plants for the garden. I originally drew up my plant list last autumn and I gave it to the nursery and they've been growing on plants for me over the winter. The plants are really critical to this garden. We've got over 3,000 plants going into it as well as big trees and shrubs. So it's really important that they're looking at their best. Visitors to the garden want to see lovely plants and flowers and beautiful trees, and I'm confident after the visit to the nursery today that that's what we're going to have. And they're going to be looked after by the nursery for the next while. The next time I see them will be up in the Phoenix Park in 3 weeks' time when we're going to do the planting. Today is our first day on site here at Bloom in the Park. It's day one of a 3-week or so build period, and I'm really excited to be here at last because there's a huge amount of planning gone into this project. So mine is a large garden. That means it's 20 meters deep by 10 meters wide. I've got a specially prepared plan with coordinates marked on it that'll help me set out the garden design on the ground. So each point of any feature has an X and Y coordinate that I can use to reference a position on the ground. And I mark all those points with little marker posts. Once we've marked the position of all the features with the marker posts and the spray paint, I take a step back, have a look at the overall picture, and if I'm happy, we start to dig. Today I'm going to be going through in detail the site build program with my foreman Damien. It's very important that this is worked out in close detail. We've got to figure out what materials are going to be delivered on any particular day, how many guys we're going to need there, and what machinery we need as well. So the garden is going to be a hive of activity during the build. There's all sorts of people coming in at different stages, working on different aspects of the garden, but I think it's all going to come together at the end and it'll be fantastic. At this stage of the build, it's actually very hard to assess progress, and I am working to a program. I know what's supposed to be going on every day, but maybe things on site are not looking as progressive as they should have been. But we're having a good day today. We've got 5 or 6 people on site and I can see lots of things happening. I can see lots of green jackets on the site. So I'm feeling a little bit better. I am tired and I'm wondering, are we going to make it? And that's normal at this stage in a show garden build. there's always this sort of background worry that everything's going to come together. One big problem I've had this week is that I've discovered that boxhead lime trees that are a really important part of this garden are not up to scratch. Unfortunately, with the cold weather that we've had, they haven't leafed out as much as I'd hoped, and so I'm not going to be able to use them. We've put our heads together and we've decided that we're going to actually change the type of tree to a hornbeam, which forms a very nice box-headed sort of a tree, and we're going to get the trees from Italy. This does mean that they're not going to come in till next week, which is very close to the end of the build. And what that means is that we're going to actually have to leave space for the trees and pop them in right at the end. But I think it's very necessary because they're of such importance to the garden. They're the key plant and they've got to look right. So I think this is the right decision. Yesterday, around about lunchtime, it started to dawn on me that things weren't going as fast as they should be. So I had a team talk. I got all the guys round and I said, look, we've really got to start working together here and move this forward as fast as we possibly can. So that's what we did. We had a real burst late on in the afternoon and we got the box hedging put in and the paving is really starting to move forward. The water features are almost finished. I have a great guy, Mariusz, working on those. He's being very meticulous and he's kind of doing his own thing in the background, and I can see them almost being complete. We've had this big delivery of trees. It's come in on a huge articulated truck from Italy, and the trees are sitting on the truck waiting to be taken off. The reason is that there's a lot of other smaller plants being packed around them that have to be moved, and then we need a special teleporter that's capable of lifting the trees off carefully, and we haven't got one on site, so we've ordered one in. And we're just waiting for that to arrive, so things have slowed down again for me. So my wife has joined me today here on site, and I have another expert planter, Marion, and the two of them are working away. They're doing some of the woodland planting, and I'm happy that they're there because I know they're going to do a really nice job and the planting is moving forward. We're down to spit and polish. Last day of the build. Today we've actually had the initial look by the judges, and it was a bit of a surprise because they came in very early, about 9:30, and we thought we had the morning ahead of us to finish things off. So they said, they actually came through and they said we'll be back again in half an hour. So there was a big rush around and we spread out nice the brown gravel, and we revealed the water feature, and we threw in the last few plants. There was a hole over that side of the garden. We put the plants in there and got it ready for them just on time. And that was when you have an initial chat. You have 2 minutes to discuss the garden, any problems that might have arisen and so on. I just said it went well for us. We've had a very good build. We've had some long days, but a super team of people working with me this year, and I said that to the judges. And I feel like I'm really happy with this garden, and I'm really proud of the work we've done. And whatever result we get, you know, I think we've done ourselves proud. I love the garden. I think the guys love the garden, and that's the main thing, you know. Very short night's sleep last night, maybe 3 or 4 hours, and then rush in here this morning at about 6 o'clock, and waiting for the medal. I had to sort of hang around the garden for a good while, and eventually a gold medal arrived. So I'm absolutely delighted for the garden. I love this garden, and the team. They've put so much into it, worked so hard over the last 3 weeks, and it's for them, you know, that's their medal as much as mine. We've got 5 days of promotion now, and then I can't even think about it. We've got the breakdown of the garden. I don't want this garden to be dismantled. I think it's just so beautiful, and I'm so proud of it. I love it. I'd like to just be able to pick it up and move it somewhere else, bring it home. Maybe somebody will take it off my hands, but the thought of taking it apart is actually heartbreaking. So I don't know, maybe we can camp here in the Phoenix Park with it. Who knows?